In the heart of every star lies an eternal battle, a delicate balance between gravity and nuclear fusion. It's a fight that has been raging for billions of years, shaping the very existence of stars like our life-giving sun. The energy released by this process powers the sun and other stars, giving them life and light. But what if we could capture this energy here on Earth? Imagine a world where we harness the power of the stars, where we can produce limitless clean energy without the carbon emissions or radioactive waste. Does this sound like a fantasy? Well, it doesn't have to be. Scientists have been trying to recreate nuclear fusion on Earth for decades. They've come tantalizingly close, but haven't quite cracked it yet. Nevertheless, they remain optimistic. So let us delve deeper into this fascinating topic and explore why scientists are confident that nuclear fusion will power our future. The energy of stars. To understand why nuclear fusion is the key to the future, we must first understand what happens inside the stars. Stars are giant balls of gas held together by gravity. As a result, there is immense pressure at their core, which generates tremendous heat. When the heat reaches millions of degrees, atoms are stripped of their electrons, and nuclei collide at incredible speeds. Under these extreme conditions, hydrogen nuclei fuse together to form helium, releasing vast amounts of energy in the process. This is nuclear fusion. On Earth, however, recreating these conditions is incredibly difficult. We can get close, but we haven't achieved the perfect balance between gravity and fusion that powers the stars. If we could, we would have practically unlimited access to clean energy, which would transform our world in ways we can't even imagine. The race for fusion. The quest to harness nuclear fusion dates back almost 100 years. Scientists first achieved controlled nuclear fusion in the 1950s, but it was far from the type of power that could replace fossil fuels. Since then, several major projects have been launched around the world with one goal in mind: creating a sustained nuclear fusion reaction that produces more energy than it consumes. ITER, the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor, is one such project. This massive international collaboration aims to demonstrate the feasibility of nuclear fusion power. Located in France, ITER is the largest experimental tokamak in the world. A tokamak is a device used to confine and heat plasma, a superheated state of matter that makes nuclear fusion possible. The project involves 35 countries and is one of the most ambitious scientific endeavors ever undertaken. Another significant project is the National Ignition Facility, or NIF, located at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in California. Unlike ITER, which uses a tokamak, the NIF uses a series of powerful lasers to create and maintain the conditions needed for nuclear fusion. Both ITER and NIF have achieved important milestones in recent years. In December 2022, NIF achieved its first net gain, producing a fusion reaction that generated more energy than the amount required to trigger the reaction in the first place. While this was a remarkable achievement, it's important to remember that the energy yield was still relatively small compared to the total energy input. In contrast, ITER has been focusing on achieving a different milestone: maintaining a sustained fusion reaction for an extended period. In December 2021, ITER achieved its first long-duration plasma, staying at a temperature of over 100 million degrees Celsius for a record 40 seconds. These achievements are important steps toward creating a viable fusion power plant. However, the race is far from over. The promise of fusion power. Despite the challenges involved in achieving nuclear fusion, scientists remain optimistic for good reason. The potential benefits are simply too great to ignore. Firstly, nuclear fusion offers an almost limitless supply of clean energy. Unlike fossil fuels, which release harmful greenhouse gases when burned, nuclear fusion produces no carbon emissions. It also produces no long-lived radioactive waste, making it a much cleaner energy source than traditional nuclear fission. Secondly, nuclear fusion is a safe and reliable energy source. Unlike fossil fuels, which can cause air pollution and contribute to climate change, nuclear fusion does not release any pollutants into the atmosphere. Furthermore, it's highly unlikely that a nuclear fusion reactor could experience a meltdown. making it a much safer option than traditional nuclear fission. Thirdly, nuclear fusion could help address energy security concerns. Unlike fossil fuels, which are subject to geopolitical tensions and price fluctuations, nuclear fusion is a virtually inexhaustible resource. Once a fusion reaction is initiated, it can produce energy for millions of years using readily available fuel sources such as seawater. This would make countries less dependent on fossil fuel imports and reduce the risk of energy price shocks. Moreover, nuclear fusion could transform various industries beyond energy production. For example, it could be used to produce clean hydrogen for fuel cells, which could power everything from cars to homes. It could also be used to create new materials for use in industries such as aerospace and healthcare. In addition, the process of nuclear fusion itself could be harnessed to generate electricity. By capturing the energy released during the fusion reaction, we could produce enough electricity to power entire cities. Challenges and obstacles. Despite the promise of nuclear fusion, there are significant challenges that remain. One of the biggest obstacles is the difficulty of achieving sustained nuclear fusion. Unlike nuclear fission, which is well understood and has been used to generate electricity for decades, nuclear fusion is a much more complex process. It requires extreme temperatures and pressures to occur, and maintaining those conditions is extremely difficult. Another challenge is the high cost and long time frame involved in fusion research and development. For example, ITER, which began construction in 2006, is now projected to cost over $22 billion and won't begin operations until 2025, more than 30 years after construction began. This is due to the complexity of the project, which involves building the world's largest tokamak and developing new technologies for controlling and heating plasma. Public perception is another challenge. Many people are still concerned about the safety of nuclear fusion and its feasibility as an energy source. There is also a lack of understanding about the difference between nuclear fusion and nuclear fission, which can lead to fear and misinformation. Despite these challenges, scientists remain optimistic. Fusion, the future of energy. So when will fusion power become a reality? Some experts believe that it may be possible within the next 20 years, while others are more conservative and predict that it could take up to 50 years or more. However, the potential benefits of fusion power are so great that many believe it is worth the investment. If realized, nuclear fusion could revolutionize the global energy landscape and help tackle some of the world's biggest challenges. In conclusion, nuclear fusion is the energy source of the stars. And while it's been challenging to replicate on Earth, scientists have made significant progress in recent years. With major projects like ITER and NAF pushing the boundaries of what's possible, we are closer to harnessing this powerful energy source than ever before. Although challenges and obstacles remain, the potential benefits of nuclear fusion are simply too great to ignore. If we can achieve this amazing feat of science and technology, we can say goodbye to our dependence on fossil fuels and hello to a future powered by the stars. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more informative content like this. Your support helps us continue to produce quality videos and reach a wider audience. Do you think nuclear fusion will power our future? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.